Hello, my name is Ayo, and today I'm going to be telling a story about my grandfather, CJ Duduyemi. And this is him when he is around 10 years old. So this story that I'm going to tell you, I believe that it is a warrior story. So my grandfather, he owned or partially owned buildings in Pittsburgh, and these buildings where people with disabilities lived. Um, and him being blind, he had a special role in the production of the buildings because he'd be able to tell if a blind person would be able to live in that building comfortably by just being in it. And so one day, his lawyer and one of his white partners tricked him into signing a contract that gave all this one building to a white guy. It was either one building or a few buildings to this white guy, and these buildings were worth millions of dollars. So my grandfather would be able to get a lot of money from them. But the white guy and his lawyer stole the buildings from him. So, my mom says that my grandfather finds out about this, and then she said he used to do a lot of like thinking and working and planning in his bed. So she said that one day, he called her to his room, and he asked her. I don't remember exactly what movie it was, but it was some movie that my grandfather asked my mom to explain to him how it went, what was the plot. And so she did, and apparently the plot of the movie had a section in it where one guy went and confronted this other guy that did something wrong to him in a park. And so my grandfather did just that. He went to meet up with the white man who stole his buildings in the park. But because he was blind, he didn't know that the white man had a wire on him. And so we're not entirely sure on what my grandfather said, but he may have threatened him a little bit. But even after that meeting, he still did not get his buildings back. So he sent some people that he knew from, I think it was the Nation of Islam, it's either that or some other group, to the white man's house. And then he also went to one of the buildings that the white man stole, and he was there. And so I don't think he sent the people, but the people decided to go and blow up his car. And he ended up going to jail for this, but it was a minimum security jail. And my mom says that my grandmother was annoyed by this, and my mom also said that before the court date, he says to my mom, "Hey, when you get home from school, I'm not going to be here because I'll be in court." She's like, "Okay." He said, "You'll see it on TV." He's told her the news channel and everything. And he said, "Just know that I'm having fun." And so my mother comes home from school, she turns on the TV, and sure enough, her dad is on the TV. And she tells me that she was saying in her head, "Dad, don't smile," because my grandfather liked to fight against oppression. Like, that was a thing that he liked to do. And she knew that he didn't feel one bit bad about standing up for himself and trying to get what he originally owned and was stolen from him back. And that is one of the stories about my grandfather, CJ Duduyemi. Thanks for watching.